Hey Kevin, come here Kevin. Hey, let's show everybody how to find all 5 cuttlefish within the game Subnautica. Alright. Hey, you're so cute and cuddly. I love you so much. Oh, you can't come with me. Here's a magic trick. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, hey, there it is, right behind you. Oh, you're such a good boy. Now stay here and watch the base. And welcome back everybody, it is your host Papa Crunk here, and welcome back to another Subnautica tutorial video. And in today's video I am going to show you guys how you guys can find all 5 cuttlefish within the game Subnautica. So grab your scuba gear and let's head on down. So before we begin, let me start off by saying that for all of these hunts, we are going to use life pod number 5. That is our main life pod that is going to be universal for everybody. And that'll be our starting point as we begin all these hunts. Now, these first 2 that I'm going to show you are really super easy to find. You can do them while you're doing your main storyline, you're out salvaging wreckage, or you're just looking for your fragment parts. Now, the first one we're going to head to is the Eastern Mushroom Forest. We're going to head to the furthest eastern point, and what we're looking for is a large tree that sits on the edge of a small cliff. Now, that small cliff, on the side of it, there's going to be some small cave entrance points. It's going to be big enough to where you can put your sea moth in there. Now, I recommend parking your sea moth in there because there is a leviathan and some other fauna in the area that will damage it. So go ahead and head on in there, and right on in the inside on the left hand side there's going to be a small cave. You can either swim this or use your sea glide. It's not going to be very far of a trip. So once you head on in there, follow the tunnel all the way down till you reach a larger cavern. Now once you get to that large cavern, you don't have to go very much farther, because right at the base of it you're going to be led right to a small podium, and right on that podium is going to be the very first cuttlefish egg. So here you have it. That is your first cuttlefish egg. You can go ahead and pick them up and put them in your inventory, and then we can head on to the next egg itself. So to leave the cavern, just go out the same way that you came back in. Alrighty everybody, so now to find the second cuttlefish egg, this one's going to be very similar as to what we did before in the first one, except this one is going to be at the Western Mushroom Forest. What you're going to want to do is jump into your sea moth. We are going to head due west for about 800 meters. Now, if you haven't been to this particular forest yet, it's going to be looking very similar as to what the eastern one did, except this one's going to be on the edge of a main drop-off, which you'll learn about later on as you progress through the story itself. And then once you get there to the forest, we are going to be looking for this crazy-looking, giant, enormous-looking tree. It's not going to be, it's the only one of its kind right there in that forest. And then we're going to head to the base side of it. I believe it's going to be on the western side. And we're going to look for an entrance tunnel. It's not going to be big enough for the sea moths, so you're going to have to get out and swim. So once you get on in, all you got to do is just start swimming through the tunnel itself. Now, the egg itself is located right at that main entrance point that we just went in. So if you pass it, all you got to do is just simply turn around. And the egg itself is, once again, going to be on a nice, cute little pedestal. And you're going to see the egg right there. So there you have it. That is the second cuttlefish egg. All you got to do is pick it up and then put it in your inventory, and then just exit the cave as you did before. Alrighty now everybody, so the third egg that we're going to be looking for is going to be located at the Dunes Sinkhole. Now the Dunes Sinkhole is going to be due west of the life pod, about 1,000 meters or so. Now this one you can actually do when you're looking for the egg in the Western Mushroom Forest, because they're very, very close to each other. So we're going to head right by the forest on our way out to this one. Now when you get there, it's going to be a little bit trickier. For one, there's going to be a leviathan in the area, so you want to stay down pretty low so that way it doesn't come and attack you. Now this one is you're actually looking for a sinkhole, not an impact crater. Now the Dune Sinkhole is very close to Reaper Leviathan, and it has 2 large thermal vents inside it, surrounded by several small vents. The egg can be found next to a glowing plant between the 2 large thermal vents. Now what you're going to want to do is just head on down in there, and there you go. That is the third cuttlefish egg. So go ahead and pick it up, put it in your inventory. Ooh, lithium. and then just get back in your Seamoth and just head on out there before the Leviathan comes and the Reaper comes and attacks you. So anyway, that's the third Cuddlefish egg. Alright everybody, so here is the spoiler alert that I'm going to drop right here, right now. So these next two cuttlefish are meant to be discovered later on down in the storyline. So I'm going to be taking you some places that you may not want to see. So if you don't want to see them, then go ahead and turn off the video, and thank you guys so much for watching. And then if you do want to see them, go ahead and continue watching and enjoy the rest of the show. Let's begin. So this fourth cuttlefish location is going to be at the Degassi habitat, which is 500 meters below sea level. Now this will not unlock for you until you have completed the Degassi habitat 250 meter, which is in a jellyfish cave. So once you complete that, you will get the coordinates for the 500 meter, and then you can activate your beacon, and that beacon will direct you and guide you all the way to where you need to go. Now, at this point, I do recommend that you make sure that you are equipped to go 900 meters deep on your Seamoth. So that way, when you do this one, you can do the second one as well, because that one's going to be a lot deeper. Now, once you get to the habitat itself, there are going to be two things that we're actually going to be looking for. So one is obviously the cuttlefish egg. The other is going to be an orange tablet. You need to make sure that you pick up the orange tablet when you come here, because you're going to need that for the next one. So when you get to the habitat, I recommend just parking your Seamoth underneath so it doesn't get destroyed by the squid. Then just work your way into the habitat itself, and then you're going to go into, I believe, the middle floor. It's going to be an office-looking area, and this is where you're going to be able to find the fish, the cuttlefish egg itself. It will be on the floor, and there you go. There you have it. There is the fourth cuttlefish egg. Go ahead and pick it up and put it in your inventory, and then just make sure that you do pick up the orange tablet on your way out, because you will need that for this next egg hunt. And as you can see here, guys, this is our orange tablet. You need to make sure that you bring that with you, because you will need that for this next and final hunt. So for the purpose of this video, I'm taking you the back way, and it's going to be located in the dunes. There's a cave entrance up top. It's kind of like a back doorway in. As you can see here, it's directly in line with Life Pod 17. If you're currently in the story mode, you can still get to the same place off of Life Pod 2, that main entrance, and just follow it. This will bring you out to the same place. Now, the egg is not in the main research facility, but it's in the precursor cache, which is located elsewhere in the Lost River, and that's where we're going. Now, the cache entrance is located in the part of the Lost River that appears to have vines that are going to be covering the walls. And then as you go through the tunnels, you can arrive you're going to arrive at a large thick bone skeleton that's pretty much almost looks like armor. So as you continue down the tunnel or the cave down here, you are going to get to that skeleton. If you do not get to that, then I'd suggest go back up and then try another tunnel, because this is the way to get in. And then once you get in, you're going to see the precursor cache, and this is where you're going to need your orange tablet, so that way you can unlock the force field that will get you through it. Now once you go through, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff in here, so I recommend scanning everything. There's going to be a lot of specimens, some ion cubes, another data bank, and I really recommend really go through this thoroughly. Now the egg itself is going to be located on a research table. Go ahead and scan that, you'll need that. And there you go. That is the fifth and final cuttlefish egg. Go ahead and pick it up and put it in your inventory, and now you have all 5 cuttlefish eggs. So remember, before you leave, just make sure that you go through the entire facility and scan everything and pick up as many ores as you can, because it's just a really cool room in here. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me in this video today. I hope that you guys found this video to be educational and informational, and hopefully a lot of fun. So if you did, please make sure to drop a comment down below. Also, give this video a like, and then if you're also new to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, so that way as I upload more videos, you can get notified. So as always, my friends, play more game and get crunked tonight.